Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I wanted to talk about the composite chart aspect, Neptune conjunct to the south node. This could also be applied to the Davison relationship chart, whichever one you prefer using. So the south node in the composite chart shows the tendencies that you become together as a couple that need to be reworked or rewired in order to really go towards the north node, which is like the ultimate mission and destiny of the relationship. So when I see Neptune conjunct the south node, and I do see it actually a lot in client sessions, so it's one of these ones that you want to ask an astrologer about, right? You want some guidance because it's very confusing what is actually going on in the relationship when you have this. So I get that. To me, it feels like it represents that combined in a relationship, which is what the composite chart shows, who you become as like a separate entity. You become something that is slightly escapist or confusing. And I feel like in a past lifetime or even in this lifetime, when you get together, there could have been a tendency to indulge in the Neptunian behaviors such as, escapism through alcohol or drugs or addictions, or on the more positive side, maybe you met because you're both artists or you're both musicians or you're both actors or working in, photography or show business or something like that. Now, that could also be the energy coming from a previous lifetime that maybe you were both addicts, or if it wasn't necessarily like an actual alcohol addiction or drug addiction, it was like you're addicted to illusions and or it could even be that you were spiritualists, like you were monks, or you were in a monastery together, or you were in the church together, or like, and this could be coming from past lifetimes, that this is like where you guys came from, the karmic heritage of the coupling. Or it could be this lifetime. This is how you met, but this is an energy that if you solely stay there, the relationship will become stagnant and more confused. It's like it will lead to dissolution or dissipation, or, not using your energies in the highest and best way. So this is a relationship that you gotta handle with care and caution. Like, you really want to not overindulge in Neptunian behaviors, like the ones that I've said, or even just deluding yourself about this relationship. You want to be very clear, and the remedy to Neptune is to just be very open and honest. Like, so from day one with this relationship, you want to be like, what are we? And where are we going? What are our goals together? What is the purpose of this relationship? And you want to like talk about all of these things. Like, if there's some favorable Mercury aspects in the composite chart, or even in the synastry, that's going to be very helpful, where you can actually like articulate some of your thoughts, some of your goals about what this relationship is. Because where the real harm is going to be done with this one is if you don't say anything, and you just, and this is going to be the tendency to what you'll want to do, is you just kind of have your own visions and dreams of what this relationship is, and without checking in with the other person, hey, is this what you're feeling too? Because with this type of Neptunian relationship, I would consider this a Neptunian relationship. You could both have very different ideas about what the relationship is and where you're going, where you're coming from. Like, you're not necessarily on the same page. So the remedy is to just be very clear and say, this is what I want from you. This is what I see us as. And, what do you see us as? And just have everything laid out on the table. Like, what are we doing here? That's going to really be the remedy. And then you can really, if you got that out of the way and you've got some clarity on the relationship and where you're going and stuff, then you can really tap into some of the gifts of this conjunction, which is going to be that you guys both really activate a very creative energy in each other. You're really able to, like, if you are artists, that actually is very beneficial because you're able to tap into like the Neptunian force field, which is like channeling energy and like creating beautiful works of art and beauty. And you're really going to be able to tap into a softer side of your personality in this relationship. So this can be helpful if like you're a super like Mars dominant Aries personality or something in your natal chart, and then you get in a relationship like this, and it really activates a more softer side, a more compassionate, ethereal energy. And this relationship can be a huge catalyst to your spiritual awakening. Now, with two already Neptunian personalities getting into a relationship like this, it could, on the negative side, diffuse your personality and your ego even more, to a level where you might not really know who you are anymore or what your goals are, or what you're doing. It could create this experience of creating more confusion in your life and about your mission. And like I said, on the real negative side, maybe opening up more portals to negative timelines, addictions, and escapism, delusions, confusion, maybe even just about the relationship. It's like opening up this real weird energy of like confusion in this relationship. And so like with Neptune, there is, and Pluto too, there's like the highest of highs, like the pure angelic expression, and then there's like the lowest of lows. And we want to really be conscious and like make choices that align with the highest path, the highest timeline. Because with Neptune, it's, if you do have those tendencies already, it could be easy to get swept up into this, and like it feels like a drug almost. It feels like when you're in this relationship, you're just like one with this person and one with this dream reality, but you want to just really communicate what you're feeling and be like, okay, is this what you're feeling too? Is this what's really going on, and not a figment of my imagination? And yeah, if you do that, then the higher potentials of this conjunction can really come out. Because if you've developed something spiritual with this person in a past life, or something like artistic has come from your union in a past life, then this lifetime could really be about bringing that into reality. This could be like a relationship that you create something together that is like beautiful and really taps into like just beauty and soul love, and like, yeah, you could really create something beautiful with this conjunction, because the conjunction is a potent aspect for creativity. So, you're bringing that kind of creative flair into the relationship. Now, you also want to look at the house that this is happening in, and that's where, the major either confusion or spiritual energy can come through. So you really want to meditate on that, or other aspects that are happening with this conjunction. You can also meditate on and see, kind of the full picture. But yeah, the South Node with Neptune, to me, is one of the indicators that we've got some kind of past life relationship happening here. We have a soulmate bond, but unfortunately it does often lead to some confusion or even inaction. It can be hard to like make this relationship actually happen because it's so ethereal, it's so out there, it's so mystical, it's such a soul tie that without like Saturn aspects in the composite chart, this can just kind of hover in the energy fields of both people. But it doesn't have to, but you do want some kind of Saturn grounding to bring this into reality, and then it really can manifest in a beautiful way. Like, I don't want you guys to think this is an overly negative interpretation, but just with the South Node, there are some warnings, because you can kind of get sucked up into these negative patterns more so than with other placements, because it's like the karma of you as a couple, right? It's the karma that you need to work through. You need to master Neptune in a healthy way if you have this conjunction in the composite chart. That's what you're here to do. That's one of your purposes. And if you don't do that, you'll never make it to the destiny of the North Node. So that's why this video or this interpretation might seem like, okay, watch out for this, watch out for that, because that's the ultimate purpose of a south node conjunction in the composite chart is like, we need to not manifest that in an unconscious way. We have to make that conscious or it's going to wreck things. So, yeah, I'd love to know your experience of this conjunction in the composite chart if you have it. I'd love to know what it's been like for you. And yeah, sending you all the love. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your requests. And we'll talk soon. Bye.